Feels great, yeah. Feels like home. It is home, so yeah.
How do you like practicing in that kind of weather?
I love it. It kind of reminds me of my childhood. Obviously, getting in the altitude is the reason we're here. So it's nice to be able to adjust to that. But no, it's a lot of fun. I played in a lot of games in that kind of weather in high school and Little League, so definitely brings me back to the good old days.
Do you feel the altitude when you were out there?
Yeah, I definitely feel it. Kind of used to it, but, there'll be times where you feel it more than not.
Christian, there were guys with hand warmers in their face masks. I feel like that might be a slight overcorrection. Have they asked you for any tips on how to stay warm? Because you still have a few more days here.
I think they probably have it figured out if they're doing that. I don't, yeah. I don't know if you can get warmer than that. But no, at the end of the day, as soon as you start moving around, I think guys start to warm up. I think it's just off the bus. But once again, the altitude for us is key.
How about with the altitude? Is there anything you're able to share in terms of advice and getting used to it quickly?
I don't know if there's anything you can do to get used to it other than just being here, breathing and running around at practice.
Christian, you college, NFL, you play most of the snaps. I don't know if, what happened against the Chargers is going to a reflection of the rest of the year, but could that be beneficial for you to have someone else who can spell you and either keep you fresh or whatever, just have more of a timeshare than you're used to?
Yeah, 100%. I think, when you're on a team with a lot of different weapons, that kind of naturally happens, which is a good thing. You want to see guys go out there and make plays, and when your number's called, you got to make the plays. But 100%, it's good to stay fresh throughout a game and stay fresh throughout a season.
Is that a balance? I assume you're not used to maybe hanging out on the sideline for long stretches. Can you get antsy?
I don't think about it. If I'm in, I'm in. If I'm not, I'm not. And I just, take it one play at a time.
What's kind of caught your eye about Elijah? I'm sure you knew of his game before you got here, but now that you're around him and you saw him, up close on Sunday night, what kind of stood out to you?
Yeah, he's a pro. He can run any run. He's good in protection, good in the pass game, complete back. So, definitely fun to share the backfield with him.
Surreal for you to kind of be back in Colorado as an NFL superstar after all his years at Valor and everything like that? Is it at all surreal for you to be here?
It's definitely cool. I had track meets here, in high school, so even just the air is familiar. So when you land on the plane, it brings you back. But it is a little bit surreal. But at the end of the day, it's kind of a business trip. So here to practice and meet and get ready to go for Monday night.
You're here now playing for a team not far from Stanford, so you kind of have this double home thing. Does it kind of make you appreciate this journey you've been on where you're playing in Northern California again, you're representing Colorado?
Yeah, it's cool. It's really cool. I think, it definitely all came full circle. But my mindset, I really just focus on one day at a time, being the best I can in practice and the lift and meetings and going from there. I think I'll probably be able to reminisce over everything when I'm done, but it's just kind of the mindset I have is just to take one day at a time and do the best I can.
Track meets at the Air Force Academy?
Yeah.
How'd you do?
I think we did pretty well.
Yeah. Congrats.
Thanks.
Few games, several weeks. What have you learned about them? They're inexperienced on the interior, but obviously a lot of experience on the exterior. But what have you learned from those guys?
Sorry, I got a guy over there. No, they're a really good unit. They play well together. They're complete. They can do anything. They're great communicators. For me, I just have to do a better job of making them right, and I think that's just going to come with reps. Like I said, it's definitely an adjustment, having to go from a playbook that you've been in since OTAs and then middle of the season have to adjust. But that's why all these practice reps are so valuable, because those guys are so good at what they do. It's my job to make them right and set up the blocks where they need to be.
How is that adjustment process? What do you have to do? What is your process to?
Just keep getting reps. That's probably the biggest thing, to keep it simple, but keep getting reps with those guys. And study film, take good notes, take all the coaching points that are given.